This is the Saphia Plains, a canvas of immense beauty, yet a relentless crucible.
Survival is defined by a single law. The hunter will find the weakest link. The matriarch's strength is tested by the great dry. Quito, born weak. In this landscape, the speed of survival is cruel, but Shaba must teach him resilience. The matriarch's authority demands order, but the hunter watches, waiting for the line to break. Leadership in the drought is rationing hope. Any challenge to Shaba's authority threatens the survival of the entire lineage.
Shaba's tactical genius forces the hunter to hesitate, but Akesh accelerates the search, and the game is a race against territory.
For Quito, stability is fleeting, built entirely on the matriarch's ancient covenant of safety.
Shaba feels the hunter's presence through the very earth. Her vigilance is a solitary prison.
Pressure mounts with every hour of the great dry. The matriarch must demand obedience to save the collective.
Akesh is patient, but he is closer now. Close enough to smell the weariness of the herd. The young calf fights his own body. Every stumble is a loud whisper to the shadow that follows. Shaba remembers the dangers of the easy path. Her memory is the shield against old threats.
The hunter allows no distraction. His focus is absolute, his hunger reserved only for the highest reward. Night brings cold, but it masks the true danger. The herd's cohesion is fading with the moonlight. The gap grows. The law of the jungle is absolute. The fortress has a breach. The hunter's patience is over. The charge is executed with lethal precision. Exhaustion. Quito collapses. The single, exposed target sends a distress call to the matriarch's heart. The defense is now primal. Her rage is the only thing moving faster than the hunter.
The confrontation is here. The matriarch's fierce defense meets the hunter's resolve.
The matriarch's triumph is exhaustion. Every burst of speed to protect Quito drains the finite resources she needs to lead. The long night demands movement, yet every step increases the energy debt. Akesh knows the matriarch must stop eventually. Shaba uses the terrain as her weapon, confusing the trail. A gamble of energy against certainty.
The terrain slows the hunter, forcing him to expend energy. But Akesh is determined to regain the scent.
The matriarch's strength is collective. A simple touch, a message of hope in the deep night. The small victory of the waterhole is fading. The great dry claims its territory, increasing the matriarch's burden. The matriarch makes a desperate choice, relying on an ancient memory of a far-off source, a gamble of life itself.
Akesh uses psychology, pushing the herd's anxiety, forcing a critical error in their exhausted state.
The psychological warfare works. Fear is a poison that weakens the matriarch's resolve and the herd's formation. Shaba reasserts her power. Her strength is the antidote to their fear, and the only law in this barren land.
Akesh is satisfied. The matriarch's energy is his to command, used to patch the herd's psychological wound.
The relief of the cold night is replaced by the relentless heat of dawn. The journey has become a trudge.
Quito's strength is gone. He relies on pure will, a fragile defense against the final demands of nature. Shaba does not look back. Her survival depends on finding water, not pity. The matriarch must appear unbreakable. Thirst creates illusion. The harsh air distorts reality, making the matriarch question her ancient memory. Akesh rests, knowing the heat is his ally. He waits for the final, fatal mistake. The herd moves at the speed of their slowest member. A vulnerable, painful procession.
The critical moment. Quito falls, unable to rise. The herd cannot wait.
Shaba feels the absence. The matriarch must break formation to save the future.
The hunter strikes. A silent, rapid charge toward the final weakness is underway. The matriarch's rage is absolute. A desperate countercharge from a place of pure instinct. A razor-thin margin of error. The power of the matriarch is formidable, forcing the hunter to evade. The matriarchal's rage is absolute. A desperate countercharge from a place of pure instinct against the predator. The hunter does not leave. He lingers, a promise of the danger to come, pushing the matriarch's limits. Shaba uses her remaining strength to enforce survival. The calf must move, and the matriarch must rejoin her post.
The immediate attack is over, but the shadow of the hunter remains, following the slow, vulnerable march of the elephant herd. The cost of survival is fear. The herd's morale is brittle, held together only by the matriarch's unwavering presence.
The matriarch stands firm. Her will is the last resource they possess. They must find water.
The signs of water are subtle, felt in the wind and the humidity. The ancient matriarch relies on more than just sight.
A distant cloud of dust. A promise of life, or a warning of conflict. The dust cloud is not from the wind. It is another elephant herd, moving toward the same sanctuary. Zara asserts her dominance through sheer scale. The true test of sovereignty begins now.
Shaba's herd is weak, but the defense is primal. The survival of Quito is their final mission.
2 queens, 1 resource. The ancient rules of dominance will decide who drinks and who falls. The time for display is over. The leaders advance. The clash of the queens is inevitable. The final test of leadership. No diplomacy, only power. The weight of the crown is about to be measured.
The toll of the drought is too great. Zara's sheer power overpowers the matriarch's exhausted defense.
Defeat is exile.
Zara claims the oasis, forcing Shaba's weakened herd back into the dry plain. And her herd is broken, her authority challenged. There is only one choice left. The trek.
To survive, she must gamble everything.